All right, welcome back to Let's Be Blunt. It is a little bit different. I know you guys are sad, but we do not have Terry this week. We have our star bud tender again, Hunter, as well as a downtown rock star, Donovan, from Sioux Falls.
Woo.
So we're going to talk a little about some products coming in. Obviously, we always have the podcast sell, so always listen to the podcast, get that selling. Going to talk about the potentially federal pushback on the hemp ban. It's in talks. I told Don a couple weeks ago about it, but he didn't believe me, but here we are again. And then also we have, I think, 40 cases of drinks in. So, I mean, if you guys have been dying of thirst, now's your time to stock up and get hydrated. So, also, I heard there was a drought in Laverne. We have our bottled water back. So just ask your bud tender while you're looking around if you're parched for water. They will hand you a cold one. So yeah, anything fun, exciting happened downtown? I know no events really happened in Sioux Falls this last couple weeks, but any good sale that you had? No, nothing. I know you worked all weekend. You were busy. You didn't come up. I know we do have a restock of vapes for Herb and Legend, so that's always good right now.
That'll help out.
Oh yeah, we've been pretty low on them, and partly my fault. I was supposed to go down there, but they weren't done the past 2 days, so they finally got done, and I think they're up here now. So for all you nicotine addicts, we got your itch. But yeah, we got a couple new strains in. We got, I think, a new drink brand in as well. I'll wait to talk about the drinks in a second, as well as some pre-rolls in. It's the first time we got them. I might butcher the name a little bit because it's my first time saying it. I think it's Birdest Fields. But we got two strains in from them right now. We got Uptown Tart, close to Uptown Funk, so if you want to put that on while you're smoking it, you can. And then also a Gush Kush. We got them in full grams and then 5 counts of the .35s. And then for you deli lovers, we got Kind Bud in. It is a Wright County gas. It's like a 19.9, so damn near 20%. Let's just round up that 0.1. But amazing. It's a little bit more, obviously, in the name. It's gassy, but it was phenomenal. I smoked it. I know Hunter has smoked it.
It's my favorite company that we've carried so far.
Oh, yeah. They are giving a lot of them a run for their money. And then, ironically, I know no one's going to believe me when I say it, but the other one, it's Kindberry. It is phenomenal. It's like 13.5%, but just because of that, we have our 3.5s rounded up to 4 grams to give you a little extra, little bit of bowl or two, but phenomenal. You smell it, and it smells like a layer cake with like a strawberry dressing on it. It is phenomenal. It is probably by far my favorite bud that we've had in, and I've liked a lot of them. So, for me to say it's the best one, and maybe not best, but my favorite that we've got, and we've been open for 6 months, is pretty stellar because this is their first harvest they're putting out there. So it's only going to go up from here from them. I actually just messaged them because I was like, we're already 1/4 of the bag through. I was like, I might need another. He's already sold out. Last week he had 20 pounds of each, so I only got, I think, 2 or 3. So, I mean, that means he sold around 50 pounds since we've talked. So
people saw how good it was.
He asked if he could share my review, and I think that set it off the top. Once people read that someone who actually bought it was actually giving it good feedback, they were more than willing to, put their money where their mouth was as well.
Definitely.
I was a blind taste test. I trusted his word. He had a good vibe. I believed him, and it paid off. It was phenomenal. Both of them very soft, very fluffy, life. The Kindberry was very different because in the picture he sent me, both of them were like dark purple hues. Mm-hmm. But that Kindberry reminds me of the Cap Junkie. It has such a lively green to it.
Super lime green. It's like almost, it's hard. It's like, looks like frosting color. It's like super white and crystally. It's good.
Yeah, and it will be on the Bud Bar soon, so you will be able to smell it because I want everyone to look and see it, and because this is a phenomenal bud. The Wright County Gas does have that dark purple hue like the picture he sent me, and I think it said had did that one have a cinnamon
They
to it?
both had a cinnamon which I didn't smell or taste in either of them, to be honest.
Yeah, I've got the cinnamon very, very heavy in the Tri-Cross from Disco, so I wasn't a big fan of that one. It hit me like a Mack truck, though, but just the terpene profile was not for me. Same thing with the Cap Junkie when we had it. It was like a 26%, but to me, I told everyone it smelled like fucking cat piss. I was like, I hate this strain.
It's
I
a
was
funky
like,
one.
but it was by far the number one seller we have, and then like, when I said cat piss and I was like that ammonia to it, people would smell and they're like, yeah. I was like, I literally had to clean my grinder when I smoked that because I didn't want it to mess with any of my other buds. So, but yeah, there's some strains like that where I'm like, wouldn't touch them, like with the Grinch says, a 6-foot pole, and then there's some strains where I just want to dive in like the Donald Duck and the money scene.
That's why I tell people it's all preference. Like, my least favorite could be their absolute favorite. You know, some people love that ammonia smell and, like, that cinnamon flavor, whereas, I mean, you or me, we don't like it, but some people love that. So that could be their favorite strain in the world where it's like, we don't like it.
Yeah, that was like when we had soap. That was literally all three of yours. So Hunter, Luke's, and Heather's, all three bud tenders we have, favorite strain.
People hated it.
I wouldn't even paid $1 for that.
Yeah,
strain.
people did not like it. We had a couple people come back actually pretty disappointed on like just the effects of it, even though we had some people come back and love it. But yeah, that's where it really shows that it's all down to preference because your favorite could be somebody's least favorite.
Yeah, and yeah, I absolutely hated soap. And we had Fight Club, which I actually loved.
I like
that
one.
And it was soap crossed with Velvet Runts, I believe.
Yeah.
So the Velvet Runts definitely overpowered the soap, which
For sure.
To me the soap just had a chemically taste. I don't know, it tasted exactly like, you know, you were cussing as a child and your mom put soap in your mouth like the Christmas Story. So I was like, I just wasn't vibing with it, no matter if it was in a bowl, a blunt, you know, just wasn't there. I'd love to try it in like a concentrate form to see what the true terpene profile would be, but I don't think they're that far ahead right now.
Yep.
And speaking of concentrates, I believe we are getting our second run. Hopefully, I think the second week of August is what they were projecting it as. It's going to be the Zombie Resin 2. I believe we are fully locked down for it now. So it is going to be a Fog Dog 8 crossed with GMO. So for people, I think I said it last week, but if you didn't tune in last week, GMO is garlic, mushroom, and onions, and that is literally one thing Don loves right there. He loves that earthy, pungent, you know, strains. Every time we're on vacation and we go and get supplies, that's typically what he goes for. I go for, like, you know, the Taliban, like sweet candy or chopped cherry, like something fruity. I'm not a big gassy, earthy person, but I do like it in the roster. So, super fun. Hopefully that comes super soon. Very excited. I know a lot of people liked it. It was very pricey, a little bit, $75 for a gram of wax. For people, was kind of spendy when it was $91 after tax, but we sold out. So
Are they going to be the same price?
They should be, yes, sir. And so the people, you know, who were willing to spend that $75 originally, you know, they came back and they bought more and more and more of them because the flavor was there. For someone like myself who typically doesn't dab, I call it HBO, but it's BHO. It was nice. It had a very complex terp profile. Kind of sad I don't have another one. I should have put one on the back burner for me, but you know, at least I dabbed like two pucks, so I had a good bit of it. I took it down to sesh with some of the homies after the glass event when they were all up in Minnesota. So they all got to try it there, and then obviously me and my wife dab like no other, so it wasn't safe in that house.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I was about to say Don usually doesn't touch HBO with a 6-foot pole, and he liked it. So
yeah,
that had a good rep for it, which was ironic. We had a bud tender in from Native Nations. That's the Flandreau one, right? And then one of the random customer was inside. He looks behind. He goes, I know you. If you're here buying weed, it has to be good. And then he spent like $300. I was like, well, that was a good endorsement right there.
That's hilarious.
And then speaking of that, if you do work in the industry, we do an industry discount. Just show us your badge, show us where you work, and we can hook you up. We like to save a little people some money. That's why we do the Rock County discount. Also, if you work in the industry, you get a discount, whether it's, up there at Legacy or even at a tribal one. We will get you a little discount, save you a little bit of money. Always nice to save money, definitely when tax is 21.875%. So other new products that we got, let's see. I got all stocks up on drinks. I got all the Lunars back in stock, and I got cola this time. I haven't ever got cola before because it just wasn't too good for me, but apparently it's one of their best sellers, so I got it to try. We also have the Lunar Spirits. A lot of people kept asking for the Willie Nelson Spirits. Sadly, that is not Minnesota compliant.
Are those the big bottles? The Willie? Yep, yep. We did get ones like it though.
Yep. So that's the Lunar Spirits.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So it's 2 milligrams per shot. I think the Willie Nelson's is like 10 milligrams per shot. So if you do, it might be more.
I think it's less.
No,
it wasn't too high potency.
I think it was like a 750 bottle.
Or the
It is
reason
in a 750. Yeah.
would we not be allowed to get it because it's too potent? Or?
No,
it's just not
Minnesota compliant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they still do have the way to get outside Minnesota products, but they have to go through like a Minnesota wholesaler.
That's what we were talking about.
So they would have to work with someone like GRD, who I get my drinks through. That's how we carry Climbing Kites right now in Oily Fence.
And if they're tested out of state, the testing facility has to have the same exact rules and regulations, if not higher and stricter than Minnesota's. Otherwise, they won't let them pass through.
Okay. Yeah, and so that's what gets a very hard line of getting some products to us, because there's not a lot of, Minnesota LPEs, but there are at the same time. Like, there's great companies like Mini Leaf, which I hope to carry their drinks again, and even Retro Bakery. They're all both out of
I love
Minneapolis.
Retro Bakery.
I love them too if they would reply back to my email.
They do make delicious products.
We carry their products in our South Dakota store. They are hemp derived. They are phenomenal. They make great cookies, which is one of the reasons I love them, because they had great drinks too.
Yeah.
They had 3 phenomenal lemonades, which I hope to get soon. Hopefully in the next week or so, I will have my order of Pappy's, so it's a live rosin 10 milligram lemonade. So that's going to be a good one. It's still hemp derived though.
Is that still going to be $5?
Yep.
Awesome.
And then also the Pappy's pretzels. A lot of people wanted a different kind of LPE to eat because we have all types of gummies. We have chocolate bars. We used to carry these seasonings. So now we're getting pretzels back. And each pretzel, I think, is either 1 or 2 milligrams, I believe. And you'll get 50 pretzels per bag or 25 pretzels per bag. So decent bit of pretzels.
Yeah.
And they had some pretty phenomenal flavors. I think there was like a buffalo and a dill pickle.
So some savory edibles.
Yeah, yep,
And
exactly.
some sweet ones.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
nice.
they did have some sweet too, but I did want a majority of the savory because every edible we have now
Is sweet.
Yeah,
Yep.
sweet. Like we have the
And
mellow
people will
Pop
see that beef
Rocks.
jerky and kind of be drawn towards it, but it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
actual,
Oh yeah, for the people who don't know what he's talking about, we have ripped beef jerky inside High Fidelity right now. It is not infused. It is stoner themed, not infused. However, it's priced the same. Like, if you think you're gonna get a edible for $10, you're crazy.
Yeah.
A beef jerky edible for $10 is insane. I buy it the whole case. You go to Quick Trip right now, and then their Jack Links and all their beef jerky is like $15 for the same size bag. So, think of adding THC to that and it to be cheaper is insane.
Definitely.
Idea. But however, it is phenomenal beef jerky. They are all soaked in pineapple juice, so it has a different kind of taste, unlike Jack Links or Slim Jims, which are my favorite. But different.
It's delicious.
Yeah, super good. I think the employees eat it more than anyone else, but we definitely do sell it. I've sold like 4 bags recently, which was, I think, a new record for me. And then also, hopefully, in the coming week or so, when you turn into our nice lot, it will be fully concreted. They are working very, very hard and diligently right now to finish that up. I was just over there looking at them. I stay on this side because I used to do that side of the work, and it's not fun. Let me tell you what. I like selling weed a little bit more than manual labor. So, yeah. And then, let's see. We have new glass coming down at HF. I have new dab rigs. I know a lot of people, ironically, we're getting them now that we're sold out of concentrate, but we're getting them in preparation for the second round. I had a lot of people ask ways to dab it, and I only had electronic forms. I did have a cheap one, which was like $35, a very good intro for concentrates, but now we have, for the people who want a little bit more firmer of a cloud hit, I have nectar collectors there. And then I also have some rigs and quartz bangers. So a quartz banger is not a bowl, but think of it as your bowl. But after you heat it up, I've seen tons and tons and tons of people do this. Do not lift it to clear the bong. You continue to hit it. It has a hole through it. It will clear itself. Do not grab the hot banger. You will burn yourself. You will come yell at me. You will come yell at Hunter at Herb and Legend. I'm telling you right now, do not touch a hot thing. So once you heat up that banger, you would put your concentrate in there. And with it being so hot, it doesn't combust it, but it vaporizes it. So you get all of the good stuff with quick hit. Yep. And then that's why you don't really need to pull the bangers, because with that you're getting all of it with one go. If you have a bubble cap, you just lift the bubble cap up. That's simple, easy.
It's almost like a carb on a pipe, the bubble cap, having it for the banger.
Yep. Yeah, and then if you want something even simpler, there's stuff called like auto spinners. I know Eric Ross, if you look up his website, he has tons of videos of them. So an auto spinner, you basically would just load your material in there after it's hot, and then just put like a marble on there. And then once you're done, Don recommends Q-tipping, cleaning that banger, making it pristine. You take care of your quartz banger, it'll take care of you in the long run. You keep it clean, it'll last you a lot longer. I have tons of bangers, a lot of them are foggy, and that has to do with heating up excess oil inside that quartz. And once you do that so many times, you're going to mess up your heat retention. And when you got it, you might have been able to heat it up for a minute and a half, let it cool down for a minute, and you had the perfect hit. Well, once you get fogginess and haziness on there, and it gets a little bit what we call chazzed, it's not going to retain the same heat. So then you're going to have to either buy a new quartz nail, or you're going to have to get a whole new tradition. So take care of your stuff. It'll take care of you. We have all that coming to High Fidelity very soon. We have it all at Herb and Legend right now. So tons of products to smoke the concentrates form.
And on Wednesdays, it's 25% off if you have the app. So it's always good to pick up a water pipe on Wednesdays.
Perfect. Yeah, I haven't worked at Herb and Legend for so long, I forgot about the app deals. And not only that, on Wednesday would be the best day to stock up. Go down there, save 25% off on any water pipe, get a 15% coupon to HF, stock up. Yep. You're saving money at both stores. I mean, we could lead you to water. We can't force you to drink it, people. Come on. And, all right, the deal of the week. Let's see. I'm going to do Bumper OG for $8 a gram. We're going to have High Flyer for $10 a gram. And then, let's see, one more. The Lemon Illuminati will be $32.50 before tax. I don't know after tax price, but before tax is $32.50 for a 3.5 gram. It is 16%, but phenomenal smoke by Unbound Cannabis. We usually don't put too much of Unbound stuff on sale because it sells very fast, so take full advantage of this deal. And then for the pre-roll lovers, I'll even do one for them. Let's do so I just had the math done for me. The Lemon Illuminati is going to be around $39 after tax for a 3.5 gram. That is insane pricing. It's $45 normally before tax, so that's insane deal. Don't tell Terry, he might kill me. All right, and then pre-roll deal. Let's do I want to do the Gush Kush and the Uptown Tarts for $20 instead of 26. So you'll save $6 on those. Not too much of a crazy deal on those, but still you get 1.75 for $20 is a good deal. And then I have tons of drinks coming in. I did a deal on those last week, so we'll hold off on those. So just remember, High Flyer, Bumper OG, Lemon Illuminati, and then both of the 5-pack of the Virtus Fills will be on sale. So tons of deals for you podcast listeners. I try to get more people listening to get these deals every single week. I like saving people money, and I like people listening to the podcast. It's fun. Makes us feel good. And we always want to know if you have a topic you wanted to get. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, because most of the times I kind of just ramble on and just go with the flow. But if you guys have us wanting to be more dialed in and wanting something to be more talked about, just let us know. We're definitely fine with doing that. And I haven't forgot carts and disposables. I know it's been on the back burner. Everyone's been asking. Everyone's been calling. Everyone's been walking in and yelling and crying. And I have pitchforks outside, I think, right now. 3 weeks. I know. 3 weeks. I will have 3 strains. Gelato 41. Granddaddy Perp. And then I think it was Super Sour Diesel. I believe it's going to be an indica, sativa, and a hybrid. I will have a plethora. Yes, a plethora. I will not be sold out in one day unless the whole state of Minnesota comes to me. So please, please, please don't come raging at us until then. I promise. They said delivery within 3 weeks. If you are in our rewards program, you will get a text message when they come in. I promise I am not holding any back. I want you guys to have them. We also have a new, hopefully new edible source coming very, very soon. And if that pans out, we will have a new half-gram disposable. However, Minnesota has it on the back burner for disposables to be banned. So by January, most of them will have to go to 510 threads. The fair was fun. However, I went there on the first day on, the second day on kids stuff, and I was super excited for fair food. However, the fair food was not open till the carnival rides were, and that was 5 hours later. So I went there so hungry, and the only things there were Chick-fil-A, and then there was that like rib shackler or whatever. I almost got a rib tickler, I think is what they were called. That looked very good. And then my son loved it because there was this like ventriloquist that was pretty cool. There were this dude doing huge bubbles. I got to touch a turtle, which was pretty cool, and a snake.
Where was this at?
Rock County Fair.
Yep, they had a big snake they were letting people hold. Sawyer got to do that too.
Yeah, and then, which was hilarious, they had, I think, Matthew Sorensen, one of the sheriff's guys there, and then, like, the animal dude was like, this is a criminal you can catch. I'm like, oh, gosh. I was like, they catch criminals, guys. Come on, our sheriff department's A1 work. But it was just hilarious. They were like, yeah, he's not moving too fast for you. I was like, oh, no, our sheriffs are great people. Every time I have to involve the sheriff or contact them, they've always been A1. I have zero issues with our sheriff people. And that's a huge statement, you know, when we're in a cannabis industry and, you know, everyone thinks cops hate weed. But, you know, when you live in a legal state and you do things legally, they have no issue with you. So it's not something I thought I would say 10 years ago, that I would have a good, you know, relationship with the cops and, you know, that they wouldn't be coming after me every single day for selling weed. But here we are. I've had them come into the shop multiple times. They're like, gosh, I wish I could smoke. This smells good, which is just insane. I was like, I know, it's insane. But yeah, so just remember, tons of vapes over at Herb and Legend. They do go fast. I promise we try to stock them up as much as we can, but they go extremely fast, you know.
It's the only vape store in town, so like that being said, everybody will come to the same shop to get their vapes.
Don't blame us, blame USPS and FedEx for not getting them in fast enough. Also, we have tons new cart batteries coming down to HF. I know we're out of carts right now, but we're having our wands restocked, so when we do have them, I know Heather was super excited. She had some grab bags for the wands, and we have these new things. They're not moose labs, but they are a carbon line filter. So you will put it in your water pipe, or you will put your blunt or joint into it, and it will get all that tar off of there. So if you ever hit a bowl and you got resiny lips, this will solve that. So for all the people who have smaller lips water pipes, this is going to help out a lot. And then also, I have the dry herb vaporizer coming for the cheap vaporizer that I was talking about earlier, the $35 one. We used to have just the wax top for it. Now we do have the flower atomizer. So for roughly around $40-50, you could get a dry herb vaporizer, which is very cheap when you look at Storks and Bissell, and I think the cheapest one is $320. So definitely a fraction of that. So you could kind of see if you like vaporizers. They're not for everyone. I know a lot of people try them out and they hate them because they don't fully combust the flower. They only vaporize it. So you're only getting the material on the inside kind of warm. So if you empty the chamber after you smoke, it kind of looks like you didn't smoke. But I promise you, all that goodness of the flower is done. However, you can use that and bake with it still. So definitely a cool option. I think we're going to wrap it up a little bit right now. We're not going to go full 30 minutes, but I hope you guys tune back in. I promise next week it'll be a little bit more structured. You guys have a great day. Let's Be Blunt is recorded at Star Media Podcasting Suite in downtown Laverne, Minnesota. If you'd like more information about renting the suite, contact Star Media. See our show notes for more details.